since the theme of this podcast is my wake-up call, if you were to step back and kind of look at your career, your journey, what you notice. One of my favorite quotes I stole from Warren Bennis. He was a mentor of mine, and he stole it from Saul Bellow. And the quote was, "Be a first-class noticer." Because when you notice, it's different than looking, watching, and seeing. And you're a first-class noticer. So please tell us what you notice in the world, what you're noticing in the world as it's coming at us at warp speed, and talk to us.
Sure. I think that is a great quote. I've actually never heard it, so I may borrow it from Mark. How about that? I would say this. I would say I became more of a noticer about 15 or 16 years ago when I moved out of being an individual contributing sort of part of, an organization to moving up in the organization. And I transitioned from being a practicing sales, marketing, customer service leader in tech companies to being an analyst or consultant and advisor. And my notice, curiosity, listen, aggregate, assimilate muscle was not very strong. And so through the first maybe 2 years of me being an analyst at a group called Gartner, I can say that it was something I had to learn how to do better. And as I exercise that muscle, I can honestly say, so I've heard from clients that has become a superpower for me, being able to notice trends, patterns, similarities, commonality, key nuggets in lots of information, and how those findings or those insights or those nuggets can actually have impact, positive or negative, on the way companies grow. Now, my caveat after that very long sentence and thought is it isn't always right, but because I stay curious and stay in that notice beginner's mind kind of stance, I'm willing to then continuously adjust. So I may say something 3 years ago or 2 years ago or 1 year ago or 6 months ago. And now that more information or new information has come forward, I'm constantly open and willing to make adjustments in that based on the fact that I now have more information that I have assimilated or aggregated, or some of the words that I just used. So that's how I describe it.
From your mindset, what's the difference between noticing and analyzing?
So, I think every single day we all notice something, good or bad, right? You may notice the weather's different to something far more, your partner's health is changing. Like it could be something benign, like the weather, to something, that is really important, like someone's health, that you've noticed something's changed. The trick here is noticing is the first step, if you will. The second step is, okay, do I action something because of what I noticed? Like we may say, walk on the beach every day, every morning, and I see trash. I notice it, but I don't pick it up, right? Or, I notice someone is struggling crossing the street. Do I stop what I'm doing and help them across the street? So I think that noticing is a normal and consistent thing we all do as humans. The difference between those that notice and action, notice and change behavior, notice and go, I'm going to think about that further. Or I've noticed these 3 things that if you put them together, tells me something totally different. And so I think that's a double step process. You can't just notice, because it'd be hard not to notice things throughout the day as a human being. But it's that, what do you then do with that information that you've just gathered?